Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, it's
But
us.
we made it.
Hello.
It's us
Olip on a
on a
Wednesday.
Wednesday,
Just
Whoa. What the
not a
heck?
Tuesday, but a Wednesday.
what?
That's right. That's
This is
that's the world we live in
it's a,
this week.
yeah, it's the new Showtime for the foreseeable future.
Yes.
So
Unless it doesn't work. And then it'll be some other time.
yeah, we'll
Yeah.
figure it out. You know, everything else is normally broken, so why can't our Showtime be broken? You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
Like it's just kind of a constant for all of us.
Yeah.
Oh man. Ah. Anyways, boys, you know, I know it's been kind of a short week since the last time we talked,
Right.
but what have you been playing?
Oh, well, I've been playing a game called Wooden Ships and Iron Men.
Ships and ships and Iron Man. What the fuck?
Wooden Ships and Iron Men. It is a board game from 1975 about naval warfare using historical ships.
Yeah, everyone knows that game. That's not obscure at all.
Right. Everyone knows about that game. Don't pretend like you don't. But yeah, it's this weird little like hex-based naval warfare game that Shane found somewhere.
I was
And
about to say you're playing it with Shane.
yeah. Yeah.
100%.
No
He
surprise.
was playing a game called Wooden Ships and Iron Men. You think he didn't find it through Shane?
Exactly.
Uh,
So yeah, I spent a lot of time maneuvering into the wind, shredding Shane's sails, and then sinking his ship.
hey, that sounds like a good time for you
Hmm.
and a bad time for Shane.
Yeah, that was the consensus.
So is this like a weird version of Battleships?
No, no. I would
No.
compare it to it's like a war game. It's kind of like a
Is it like Risk?
tabletop miniatures style game.
Oh, okay.
So like in Warhammer, right? You've got your dudes and you take turns like moving them and attacking and shit. But the one thing that really sets this game apart that's actually really cool is you write down on a piece of paper what you're doing and everyone takes the turns at the same time. So you can get like really kind of like surprising things happening, like crashing into each other because you're not like going back and forth. It's all simultaneous.
That's fucking cool, actually.
Yeah, I wish more games were like that.
Oh man. Well, I've been playing the real life version of what happens when your sump pump breaks. It
Yay.
floods your basement. That's what happens. And you have to remove wet carpet along with anything else that's wet. And yeah,
That's a good workout.
I mean, yeah, I was like, man, I'm fucking fat. Thank God the water didn't get all the way to my treadmill
Oh
because
my
that would have been
god.
awful because I just bought that like 2 weeks ago. But no, for real, I've actually been playing a lot of Vampire Survivors. Um,
Ooh.
I bought it on Steam specifically because I wanted to play it on the Steam Deck.
Didn't you
Uh,
also buy V Rising and you're like, I'm playing the $3 one?
yeah. So here's the thing that happened with V Rising. There's a mechanic in the game for V Rising where you have to collect blood, from killing just animals and stuff in the game.
As
Like
one
not a base.
does.
Yeah, and you have to put it into like you have this little module in the center of your base or whatever, and you put the blood in there, and that is supposed to sustain your base for like X amount of time. I put 4 days worth of blood in there before I went to Kansas City. I was gone for 2 days, and I came back and my base was falling apart for some reason, and I
Oh.
didn't understand why. And then like I tried to get it to not fall apart, like I ran around and like tried to add more blood and like do like make their shadow in my castle and all this other shit, and it was just like broken.
Hold
I was just
on.
like,
So it's like always kind of going in real time?
right. So, and the reason why they do that is because I mean I understand the concept is to get rid of like if you have an inactive player in a PV like an online PvP server or whatever, you don't want them taking up space. When the PvP server has 50 people on it and each one of them is trying to build a fucking castle with like a bunch of space that they're trying to take up, right? Because you're supposed to like you get bonuses for putting like certain things in like their own rooms. Like if they're
Mm-hmm.
walled off in their own rooms, there's like bonuses. You end up getting servants that you can put in their own rooms. Like there's a bunch of stuff. There's a lot to it. So it's not like the game's bad, but that kind of pissed me off. Um, and so I just haven't gone back to it yet. I was more waiting on other people to buy it, and I was like, I'll just play it with friends. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because it's not bad. Like the game itself is not bad. I just had an unfortunate thing happen to me, and it is technically early access, I believe. Yeah. So you know, I'm
I'm
assuming they'll.
waiting to get my Steam Deck to buy it.
Well, good luck with that. There's no support for controller.
Yeah, there is.
So
Oh.
no, there's not.
I literally was just watching somebody play it on their Steam Deck on YouTube. I mean, maybe they mapped
I'm not.
things. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying you can't play it on your Steam Deck, but you'll have to map everything yourself because they currently don't have
That's
any
fine.
controller support.
I've been so here's the thing that a lot of people don't do that I've been doing for years: mapping things that don't go because I play a lot in big picture mode because Steam Link. So I'm
Yeah.
good with that.
So, anyways, but Vampire Survivors, probably some of the best $3 I've ever spent. It's just a very simple game, and you literally just use the D-pad or the thumbstick to run around, or WASD depending on what you're playing on. I played it on my computer and on the Steam Deck, and like the end game for those fucking things are just a lot of fun because you have like 18 bajillion fucking things happening on screen, and you're just annihilating everything, right?
Yeah, you're
Like
just
I
like
think
running around and just like blasting stuff, right?
right, but like you have to build it up, like so like you start out and your character will start out with like a certain ability, right? So like the first character has a whip, right? And it goes horizontally periodically and like from your character, right? It'll go horizontally in front of you.
Hmm.
So you kind of have to like line that up to hit enemies, right? But then when you level up, you'll have the ability you can choose like new abilities and stuff like that. And then you like they build on top of each other, right? And then if you have correct like combos, because you have like 5 slots for like weapons, and then like 5 slots for like passives, right? So like your passives being like base damage up by 10% for across the board for all your weapons, right? Or like 8% reduced casting time, basically, and stuff like that. Well, it some of those pair with some of the weapons. So if you hit the weapons max level, which I think is like 9, they'll quote unquote evolve or whatever, and they'll turn into something new that's like super badass. So like the fireball spell that you can get or whatever, if you have that compared or paired with the spinach, and the spinach doesn't even have to be like yeah, I know, I don't know, but the spinach doesn't have to be fully upgraded. You just have to have them together in the same
Hang on.
build. Yeah, we're Popeye.
All right, we got you got it
Yeah,
before I said it. All right.
yeah, yeah. But if you compare, if you have the fireball spell in the spinach and you max out the fireball spell, it upgrades into like this fucking meteor spell, and it casts like constantly, and it goes from like these tiny fireballs to these huge ass fucking meteors going across the screen, like just repeatedly. And like the magic wand, if you upgrade that one, it's literally like walking around with a fucking minigun. It doesn't stop, and it attacks whatever enemy is closest to you or whatever. So like when you get to the end game, man, like there's a lot of shit going on screen, and you're just trying not to die. Like you're like slowly moving through this like fucking mass of bodies. I had pain. I had a lot of pain last night so the goal is to survive on any level for 30 minutes.
Oh wow.
And then if you do that, you complete the stage. And then you unlock like the harder difficulty for that stage. I made it to 29 minutes and 29 seconds and died. Or 26
No.
seconds and died.
Oh my god.
I was like, no, like fuck me. And I was replaying in my head. I was like, I think if I would have just done this one thing differently, I would have been fine.
No.
Because I almost maxed out my magic wand and my fireball in the same build. I was like one level off on the fireball, and there was like an earlier point where I could have upgraded the fireball to like max it out, and just
regret.
pain. It was so much pain because it's a harder like the third level is harder than I don't know. Anyways, for $3, it's a great game. That's all I'm saying.
$3.
Yeah, that game's
Yeah.
been blown up.
Clearly, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, Tim, I see that you're playing some Horizon something something.
I haven't
What do
been
you? What do
playing
you?
this game all week.
I just saw it pop up. What do you mean?
What, I said I haven't been playing this game all week.
I did see you playing it.
Yeah,
yesterday.
I've been so. Ironically, I've had this game in my Steam library for a long time. It's called Horizon Chase Turbo. It's just like a simple little arcade racing game, and I don't usually like racing games.
Yeah.
But this one reminds me of like I forget the name of it. There was a Sega Saturn game Sega Saturn Rally or something. Like it reminds me of like an old school arcade style racer.
Yeah.
So it's like a ton of fun, and I don't remember buying it. And it was sitting in my Steam library, and I've been watching a lot of retro GameCore videos lately. Which it's ironic because I think Cody sent a video of his in the chat not that long ago.
He did. I've sent a
And
couple.
I've been watching this dude for a little bit because like the Ein Odin and some other devices that I have a vague interest in. And yeah, I was like, I should try this game. So I've been playing it handheld on my phone through Steam Link a lot and playing it while sitting at my computer. And I just find myself playing it a ton because it's super easy and entertaining. I don't know. It's a good time.
Oh yeah.
No, it sounds like a good time.
I've been playing other games as well. I've been trying to, like, I think I may have said this last week. I've been trying to play a lot more games handheld via Steam Link so that I'm kind of in that mode when my Steam Deck comes.
Steam Deck training.
But yeah, pretty much.
I don't think you need any help getting into that mode because once you have it, you'll be like, "What have I done my entire life without this?"
No, I do need to get. I because I've had my Switch for forever, and like I don't.
It's different.
The novelty of handheld gaming kind of wore off really quick for me. Like I got my Kishi, and that was cool. And like I've had the Switch, and that was cool, but like I don't use them all the time. Whereas the Steam Deck's gonna need a lot of usage.
I would say it's a lot different when you have your own personalized library and not just Pokemon and or whatever Xbox Game Pass game as your fancy. You know what I mean? Like
I have that though, because like I can Steam Link with the Kishi.
Well, I know you can Steam Link with the Kishi, but I'm just saying
it helped a ton. Like this week, I don't remember why I wasn't doing this before, but on my phone I was streaming the games in 1080p, and I bumped it down to 720, and now I get way less dropped frames. And it's like, oh, this is basically the resolution that the deck is going to be at anyway. So I don't know why I'm worrying about it.
Smart.
Yeah, no.
Had a much better time after I did that.
Yeah, you want to know what I was thinking about playing on the deck today? Fucking Diablo Immortal.
Diablo
that was my first
Immortal.
Yeah, man, fucking that was my first thought. So Diablo Immortal just came out of nowhere and just like I think it was supposed to release tomorrow.
Yeah, I think the official date is the 2nd.
But it definitely came out in certain regions today.
Ooh.
Because I played it for all of 5 minutes at work today. So, and the only reason even I knew about it is because I had pre-registered for it. Because I know we all kind of like hated on it, justifiably so.
No, we hated on Blizzard because.
Well, I mean,
the phone thing.
Yeah, the phone, like it was justifiable, right? So, anyways, I played it for about 5 minutes. My only thought process was I wonder if the PC version's out, so I can see if I can get this to play on the Steam Deck. Like that's literally all I kept thinking about, because the controls are cool, like it's fine, but I would love to play this. It already has controller support. You know, Jez Corden.
It has controller support on the mobile version.
Yeah, he hooked up he hooked up his fucking Xbox controller to it, and it already has UI prompts, like the proper Xbox UI prompts and stuff. So
cool, because that's what I downloaded on. I haven't downloaded the PC version yet.
Yeah, well, the PC version actually isn't out yet. It's just the phone version in select regions. I kind of like looked around for a little while after I realized it was out. And I mean, yeah, it looks cool. There's a little bit of customization for your characters too. You know, of course, I made a necromancer because it's Diablo, and why not? You know what I mean? Like that's what's fun about Diablo.
Get them dead bodies going for you.
Yeah, man.
Barbarian, or you're wrong.
I played Barbarian in Diablo 3 because I didn't have necromancer because I played the original. Which, by the way, you realize it's been 10 years since the last Diablo game was released?
Wow.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even think about it like that. But yeah, it's been almost my entire military career since the last Diablo game was released.
So, yeah, it was when I got a gaming computer, it was one of the first games that I got. It was that and like Mountain Blade Warband, Dishonored, and like Skyrim.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, it's not all fanfare. Justin, I think you found an interesting article this week.
Oh,
That
yeah. There's a so they're not going to be releasing Diablo Immortal in some countries because of loot box laws. They're doing the thing with the loot boxes, and a lot of countries have just said, you know what, we don't want to expose our people to that.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting that that actually came to fruition because I remember talking about this. I feel like the loot box war was really high about 4 years ago, and I don't feel like we've talked about it in like a
Not as many, not as many games are putting it in now.
no,
Yeah.
they're not.
Like
But-
outside of like 2K and EA,
right,
there's not a lot of games that are like just rampant with loot boxes. So
right. Yeah, I just remember that being like a huge legal thing in like 2018, and people were like, "Oh, EA is gonna get sued by all these countries," and everybody was like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, fuck them." I hope they do get sued. You know what I mean? Like,
they
everybody
did.
hate. Well, I don't think I don't like. I think people meant more like by the United States because
Oh,
that
that was never gonna happen because it's not
no,
illegal here.
no, but I mean some of the smaller countries because what was some of the countries in here that they were talking
Gambling
about?
laws are easing in the United States, not getting stricter.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I see Belgium as one of them.
Yeah, there were a handful of, I think mostly European countries.
Oh my god! I love this. As first reported by Dutch news site Tweakers. Kind of meth are they doing, man? Like,
Dutch meth.
Obviously.
yeah. I don't know. But yeah,
What is Dutch
what?
meth? I don't know. We're gonna
I
find
don't
out.
but it says Belgium or the
Involves fingers
Netherlands.
and holes.
Oh my god, chill out.
Is the dam? Get it? You get it? Thing?
Tim.
Anyways,
No. Okay, it's fine.
no. But yeah, it says Belgium or the Netherlands because of regulations and laws in those countries. Um, what the hell? A communications manager at the Call of Duty and Overwatch publisher confirmed with the outlet that the game won't release in those previously listed nations on June 2nd due to current operating conditions in these countries.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wonder if they'll just release a version where you can't access those.
I doubt it. Just because it's a free to play, right? You know what I mean? So, and loot boxes has notoriously been the way that they
Their
make,
monetization.
yeah, that they make money off that kind of stuff. Um, I don't know. I mean, I think it's good that they're being held in check in a couple countries, but I mean, in the grand scheme of things, those countries, they're not big enough to really affect the overall experience, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, good for them if they don't want that there and they don't put up with that bullshit.
Can't have their children, you know, stealing their parents' fucking credit cards and
Yeah.
buying all the loot boxes.
Why do I have $1,000 charged on my card?
Yeah,
Because look at my sweet ass gun skin that I got after buying
yeah.
900 loot boxes. I finally got the one I wanted.
Yo, I saw a Facebook reel today because I'm an old man and I still use Facebook, and some kids that accidentally bought.
We're those old guys. We
Yeah.
don't have TikTok. We just watch TikTok videos reposted to Facebook.
Dude, that's exactly what I do because I'm sick and tired of downloading social media apps to my fucking phone. I have Facebook and Twitter. Good luck
You're
anything
fucking
else.
boomers. That's the most boomer thing you've said all day.
I'm sure all day, probably like the past week. But nah, I saw some kids quote unquote accidentally ordered an 86-inch QLED TV off of fucking Amazon or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Accidentally.
Yeah, accidentally. I was like, man, shit. If my kids
It
did
was
that,
an
I'd be
accident when they got caught.
Yeah.
well, yeah, when the box showed up at the fucking house, like they weren't gonna get caught. Ay. But yeah,
Parental
no,
controls.
I am. I'm excited to try Diablo Immortal some more. I was hoping to play some when I got home today. Plug in the phone and play
Oh,
a little
sure.
bit. But I played adulting instead.
Yeah.
That's what I did when I came home today. So
Yeah, it looks
Do you think it's funny that
good.
Immortals is launched and what did I say I've been mostly playing on?
oh, your phone, and you haven't played it?
I've mostly been playing video games through my phone. They were right.
Yeah. They were right. That is true. They were just ahead of their time. When was Immortal announced? I don't remember.
2016
16?
or 17. Nah,
That seems
OLIP was a thing
way
because we made fun of them.
Yeah. Well, y'all, I should say, y'all started in 2016 while I was deployed.
I'm not
long
sure if it was
ago.
2016 that they announced it, but yeah, it was a while
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah. So I was just curious. So, let's see. Something else that was announced today, is that John Madden, the namesake for the long-standing Madden franchise, is going to be on the cover this year because he died.
Because Patrick Mahomes can only be on the cover so many years in a row as well.
That's also
Goodness.
true. Patrick Mahomes had shared it with Tom Brady, and then he was on it the year before that. But I mean, this is fitting, right? John Madden, he just passed away. I want to say it was December or January.
Hmm.
It was,
Sounds right, but
yeah, it was right around that time, and I mean, made a huge difference in a lot of people's lives, right? You know what I mean?
Oh
When it came to
yeah.
those video games and stuff like that, like
Everybody knows Madden. Like,
right,
even people who aren't into sports, if you play video games, you probably know of Madden.
right. So it's kind of just kind of wanted to shout that out. I hope Madden 20.
non-gamers are familiar with EA Sports
Yeah, that's true.
because
Um,
Madden.
Yeah.
Madden, man. Hey, you know what they need to bring back? Speaking of Madden, not even just Madden, but like NFL Street and Blitz the League
The
and all those
fun
other like
sports games,
yeah,
dude.
the offshoots or whatever where you like Blitz the
Yeah.
League, you'd be fucking breaking people's legs and shit.
Set
Like
yourself on
let's
fire. Yeah.
yeah, dude, like come on, man. It doesn't not everything has to be a simulation,
Yeah.
right?
Dude, I
Nobody
feel that.
bought NFL Street.
We
Blitz the
talked about
League, yeah, but like nobody played Street.
you
Hmm.
say that, but it's one of the most popular like PS2 games out there.
Street?
Yeah,
No.
yes it is.
You loved it. Does not
No,
mean it was one of the most popular games ever.
I'm telling you from watching resellers on YouTube that they can resell NFL Street for like $60.
That doesn't mean that it's super
That
popular.
that's
That
popular.
so okay. Here's how games maintain their value, right? A super popular game will be worth $2. You can find a copy of Mass Effect for like $5. Mass Effect 2 for like $5. Halo, any Halo game for like $5 because they print a lot of them. The games that maintain high value are the ones that they don't print a ton of, but they were popular enough that they sold well, right? So there's not a lot of them on the market. They don't flood the market because there's just not a lot of discs. But people are like, oh yeah, I remember that game. That was a good game. Those are the games that are still expensive. How do I know this? Because I have to buy games at work.
Yo, all I'm hearing is that Tim is actually like tracking all the game sales to determine what to buy and resell 10 years from now.
I mean, I could, but not.
Anyways,
Now that I know the trick.
but anyways, yeah. So I mean, it'd just be cool to see some of those offshoots.
Something
come back.
different, you know?
Right? Yeah. I look. I love Blitz the League. I love that fucking those games. They're just super good. But something I'm actually wondering if it's going to be good or not, and Justin, you'll have to tell me because I saw the little fucking gameplay here. But Sonic Frontiers, man.
Yes, yes. They finally revealed some gameplay from Sonic Frontiers. I think all month, IGN has an exclusive deal to reveal new shit about Sonic Frontiers, so they're going to kind of drip feed that throughout the month. But they dropped a gameplay trailer, which primarily, I saw someone really succinctly sum it up. They're like, this looks like when someone is like fucking around in Unreal Engine and they make a tech demo for like a game that looks really, really good, but there's nothing really to it.
Right.
Kind of how the
Superman
trailer
demo.
for this looked. Like, you've got Sonic, he's running around this open world, but there's nothing really in the open world. Like, there's a little scene where he's like fighting these big enemies, but then there's another scene of him just like running across the grass forever and like collecting some rings, and I don't know. There was very underwhelming. and it didn't look that fun yet. So I'm hoping the next thing they show is a lot more exciting, especially because there's still no Chow. That's all we want. Give us Chow.
By the way, are we gonna acknowledge whatever deal with the devil it is that IGN made? Because they're just like doing all of these exclusive fucking streams for people
Mm-hmm.
and reveals and shit.
I don't feel like it's a
This
deal with
month.
the devil, whether we like it or not, or however much I hate IGN gets. They're still the biggest gaming, like.
Well, like it's not like they're
news
the only
platform.
gaming news outlet out there, but they're like the only one that matters this month. Holy
Not
shit!
This month, like.
Yeah, what are
this
some of the
past
other
year.
ones
This
they
is-
got? The Warhammer one?
Yeah,
Is that
they've
them?
had a few this
Yeah,
year.
they've had a few, and they're gonna have a bunch of like post show stuff for the Game Awards and the events
Oh.
surrounding the Game Awards.
Mhm.
Which, by the way, Sony's state
Yeah.
of play that's going to take place during the Game Awards is officially Game Awards branded now as well
What?
Oh.
on their own website. It has like Jeff Keighley's like Game Awards logo on there and everything.
When does the Game Awards start again?
Next week.
I'm pretty sure the state of play is tomorrow.
Yeah, I thought
Is it
PlayStation
this
was doing
week?
something.
Yeah, I think they're
Tomorrow.
doing. I think it's tomorrow because I was definitely like, "Damn, we're switching the show the
before,
week."
yeah.
The day before
Uh.
they're supposed to fucking do their state of play. I'm pretty sure the state of play is tomorrow. But
Well, I don't
say-
work tomorrow, so maybe we'll do a
Ooh, do a little live cast.
stream of it or something. I don't know.
I do work.
Should have done one for the Warhammer one.
I would, yeah. More planning needed.
Mhm.
But no, what was I gonna say? We don't have it in the show notes for tonight. But actually, speaking of Sony's state of play, real quick, no expectation for God of War because they did say it's like third-party titles, and Horizon VR I think is going to be the big showcasing.
Yeah.
It's from what
You
they were
literally
saying.
just said no expectation for God of War because third-party titles, and then you say Horizon VR though.
Well, that's because they've already announced Horizon VR.
They've also already announced God of War. That doesn't make any sense.
No. They've already.
Oh, they announced it'll be there?
Yeah, they have already said that it'll be part of the state of play along.
Got you. I was misunderstanding what you were saying.
Yeah,
I thought you were just saying like speculating that they'll talk about that.
No.
Okay,
I think
okay,
the
that makes more sense.
main bread and butter is going to be. I think it's going to be like a bunch of third-party titles, and then at the end it's going to be Horizon VR like showcase kind of thing. Because it's supposed to be a look also at the
Their new VR.
Yeah, the new VR headset and stuff like that. So, which by the way, that thing looks fucking dope.
It looks really nice.
I love how they adopted the knuckle controller or whatever
Mhm.
from Steam. So that's probably one of the only complaints about my Oculus right now. So
Doesn't the Oculus also have a knuckle controller?
no, not in the
Oh.
same brand, not in the same way. It has like the little Halo loop on it or whatever, but it's not. I think I'm not totally read up on the new PSVR headset yet, but I think the big thing about the knuckle controller is like how you hold it. It's got like a strap that goes over your fingers, right? Compared to your wrists, which I would prefer the fingers, but the Steam knuckle controller actually can fucking feel all your individual finger inputs and stuff like that, which is what made Half-Life Alyx
Yes.
cool ass fucking thing or whatever. So
yeah, that was super cool.
I've seen, so this is not related to PlayStation, but it is related to VR. I saw this was like a couple of months ago. On Linus Tech Tips, they had some guy who does he's an indie developer that like has made a VR glove that has haptic feedback, so you can actually like feel everything in the game, and also like you can move individual digits.
Yep.
It was super cool, and also, yeah, it's gonna have uses that are not gaming related. You know,
what are you talking about, Tim?
Oh,
filthy mind.
Filthy. What was he saying?
The internet does. Have you looked at what's on Steam?
No, because I filtered it out, sir.
Good.
Please and thank you.
I mean, so did I, but it exists.
Of course. Have you seen my wish list, Tim?
That's fair. Wish list. Try your library, okay?
People can see that?
Damn.
No, what was I gonna say? Fucking, if you guys are really interested in seeing a lot of that stuff, Thrill Seeker on YouTube. He does pure VR content kind of thing. He's done the haptic feedback vests and where like it'll literally like he did one where it literally felt like he was getting stabbed
Oh god.
or whatever. Like you gotta watch. You gotta
No
watch. You gotta
one
watch.
wants that.
I look, man. Could
Immersion.
you
I
imagine?
want to feel it when I die in a game.
Could you imagine playing like a hardcore, like playing Tarkov, right? Escape from
Fuck
Tarkov with
that.
that, with some shit like that or whatever. Like you want to talk about consequences for dying. Bop bop bop. All of a sudden your back feels like it's having spasms out of nowhere. Like what the fuck? Yeah,
Just
I don't know.
gonna
I'm
just
I'm
fall real
curious. I am curious about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's
Yeah.
the kind of thing that's gonna definitely need some like legislation and like regulation.
Yeah, you're gonna talk about it. Some weird shit happening with those things.
Mhm.
But something else I'm super curious
Best wait
about.
till they make a belt.
Chill
Oh my
out.
god.
Anywhoozy.
Something else I'm pretty curious about is 4-player co-op in the new Pokemon game.
Holy shit. That trailer,
I
dude.
saw that.
Dude, we could all play Pokemon together.
Oh
Tim,
my
we can force you
God.
to play with us.
I already pre-ordered both versions.
Oh,
So,
Why
holy
did you
shit.
pre-order both versions?
because one's going to be for Logan.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
What was the coolest thing or weirdest thing from the trailer for you guys?
The legendary for Violet has fucking jets. He's like a fucking mecha. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, we were just talking about that before the show when we were getting set up. And that was my thing too. I was like, why the fuck are there jet engines instead of goddamn feet?
Yeah, like the one for Scarlet, I was like, okay, he looks pretty cool. The one for Violet, I'm like, why does he have? What is Rocket Man? What is happening? I don't understand.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
man.
Yeah, it seems like the theme, right, is going to be the past and the future. Like each of the professors, the one she's like got like prehistoric necklace and like a bone in her hair and shit, and the other dude's got like this high-tech shirt on, and it looks like that's what the legendaries are reflecting as well.
So I didn't make that connection until you said it earlier.
Mhm.
So the one for Violet's literally the mecha version of the other one.
Kinda, yeah.
They did look like very big Pokemon. Maybe it's just a kaiju battle at the end of the game. I don't know.
That would be dope.
Yo, if I ever want to see a kaiju battle, it has to have Kyogre, the big ass red dinosaur from Omega.
Yeah,
Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want it to have Dragonite because reasons.
Well, Dragonite would be too small. That's the problem.
Isn't Dragonite supposed to be huge?
Not kaiju huge.
No, not kaiju huge.
That's
Kyogre
fair.
and Rayquaza and what the fuck's the name of the big ass whale looking dude?
Whale Lord?
No, not that. No, I'm talking about from the legendary from Alpha Sapphire.
Oh,
I think it's Alpha Sapphire.
Is it Kyogre? Kyogre and Groudon?
Oh, Groudon. That's who I'm thinking of. I meant to say
Groudon's the red one.
Yeah, Groudon's the red one. That's what I'm thinking of. See, look, I like my Pokemon, but I am not read up on Pokemon at all. I just like to play it, chill out. It's a good time.
Yeah,
but
and it sounds like you'll be able to play it and chill out because this is actually going to be like an open world that you can like kind of like go where you want from the beginning instead of like playing and unlocking new areas as you go, right?
Did they say or show that? Okay, because I only watched the trailer. I didn't watch the whole Pokemon Direct.
So I didn't. I only watched the trailer as well, but I was scrolling through our Twitter earlier, and somebody had highlighted that it is in their like release statement or whatever that it says you can explore at like it says something like you can explore at your leisure, and you don't have to follow the story to go to different areas and blah blah blah. So and that there's also going to be special multiplayer areas like you have to play with other people to access and stuff like that. So it makes me wonder because in Sword and Shield, right? You had those like boss battles, basically, right? At those like points, like those mega evolution points. I forget what they're called or whatever, right? What
Yeah.
are they gonna have like raids
Where you can
in
have
this one?
multiple people doing
Where you
them.
got like 4 people going in and you're like raiding a fucking dungeon basically, and you got to fight a big ass Pokemon at the end of it. Because if so, sign me the fuck up. All right, like I'm ready for some shit like that. That'd be fun as hell. Like
Yeah.
what the heck? What the
I,
fuck? I
I
just thought
thought it
about
was
that.
weird in the trailer. I thought it was weird that that one girl, it showed her like sneak up on the fucking Pokemon and then just whap it in the back of the head with a fucking Pokeball. I thought that was funny as hell, but also like I'm
Well,
almost like, is that how I'm gonna catch my Pokemon? Okay.
so it does say, it does hint in like the release statement that they're gonna go back to the old catching mechanics and not Legends Arceus.
I hope
So
that's not the case.
I hope it's not the case as well, but it does it contradicts what Tim. I saw the same thing that Tim's talking about in the trailer. I was like, oh,
Mhm.
are you gonna be able to like sneak up on a Pokemon and like if you get the closer you get, like the higher, like if you can get up and like touch it
I
with the
mean, that's what they
Pokeball.
showed.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Like you can touch it with the Pokeball and then like it increases your catch chance because you catch
She
them by
just
surprise.
she just whapped that motherfucker in the back of the head. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very curious to see how that plays out. But yeah, I don't know. Like it is. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of the setting. I think it's supposed to be Spain. I think is
Something like
the.
that. Spain,
I think that's
Italy,
yeah. I think Spain is
something.
the source material. I guess you could probably say for it. The
And you
name
hate
of the area.
Spain.
I don't hate Spain, but it wouldn't be on my top list of favorites either. You know what I mean? Like it's. I don't have anything personal against them, but it's just like.
You sound like it sounds
Well, it's
personal.
just like
I don't know what it is, but it sounds personal.
it's
Okay.
just like on places
Not
that
my
I want to
most
visit.
favorite setting.
It's
You know,
not
like
on
place
your list of like, I wish there was
right.
a Pokemon set here.
Right, like, that's just not like, I would rather do something like, what the hell was I about to say? Like Aztecs or something like fucking way out there, you know what I
Mm.
mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like,
Hmm.
what but anyways, that's besides the point.
It
Also
would be cool to
Spain,
have a Pokemon set in the jungle if that's what you were going with, but okay.
well, kind of, yeah, I mean, that's kind of, but,
Do
um,
Africa.
Africa, Brazil, like, I don't know, just places I would prefer personally. But no, also what kinda confused me is
Australia. That makes sense.
there's
Everything in
this
Australia's a Pokemon anyway.
That's true. Big enough to be a Pokemon.
A
D
fucking tell me a koala's not a goddamn Pokemon.
I mean, that's I can see it. Hey, alright, I'm gonna sound ignorant as shit here, but is there snow? Are there any snowy areas in Spain
I
that
don't
you're
know.
aware of?
I would assume so. They have the mountains.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to Google
I
it.
would
But
assume
there's,
they at
like
least
there's
get yeah, don't the Alps run down into Spain? Because they go all the way down.
I don't remember. Like I said, I'm gonna sound ignorant as fuck right now, but I don't remember, right? I'm sounding like a true American right now 'cause I don't know
Google is your
geography.
friend.
How are you gonna have
Does
ice
it
Pokemon in
snow
Spain?
Well,
in
no,
Spain?
I was more getting at there's a whole snow biome, right?
Yes,
Like,
it
there's
does snow in Spain. It might be hard to imagine that Spain experiences snow at all, as it is often associated with the blah 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 blah.
okay. So that's just like a perception thing because it always
Mhm.
seems like everything seems like it's always hot there. Okay.
Mhm.
Anyways, yeah, saw the snow biome and I was like, does it even fucking snow in Spain? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? It was just one of those weird things that
That's
crossed
what
my mind.
breaks your reality with Pokemon.
No,
Not
not
not the
definitely not.
Pokemon. It's does it
Not
actually snow in
not the
this
Pokemon with
place that they
jetpacks with
base this
the.
fake country on?
I don't know. I just well, and
That's
I
where we draw the line.
no. I'm not talking about from a realism standpoint.
Not the
I was just
jet
curious.
engine Pokemon, but snow.
Yeah.
Got it.
What the hell else was I gonna say? I what did you guys think about Lechonk?
Loved Lechonk. Oh, I'm in love with Lechonk. What a great
Yeah.
name. What a great design.
Do you guys already know what starters you're gonna pick out?
Yeah,
You're gonna be
the duck.
or the duck. All right, duck's got class. I ain't
The
gonna lie.
first time I'm not choosing a fire starter ever.
Tim, do you know who you want to choose, or are you just gonna do it on a whim?
Fire Pokemon, or you're wrong.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna pick crappy Pokemon regardless of what it is. Oh man, I'm going with the weed cat. I don't care what y'all say.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like That's the most appealing one to me. I did for Sword and Shield. I picked the Froppy. I think
Mhm.
is what
I like
is.
how we all picked a different one.
Yeah,
We
that is
did.
kind of cool.
I'm glad it played out like that because I was like, I really thought Justin was gonna pick the Weed Cat
Mm.
or whatever.
I can
But
see that.
yeah. But yeah, no, I mean,
I don't know what I mean by that, but something.
The insinuation.
It's okay. But yeah, no, it's just I don't know. It's still exciting to see though. Like like I said, I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing, but it's definitely
Yeah, in that trailer, one of the characters is talking to you, and they make it sound like you're running around with all 3 of those Pokemon. So I wonder if that's going to be a thing where you like get to try each of them out and then pick one, or if you just like have all 3 of them, or what that's going to be like.
I don't know if I'd like having all 3 of them. I would like it if it was like you can catch them later, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To complete your Pokédex and stuff like that. But in the beginning, like, let me have that FOMO, right?
Yeah,
You
it's
know what
kind
I
of
mean?
like your sorting hat moment, right? Like I'm picking
Right.
this Pokemon. Oh, you picked that Pokemon? Ugh.
Yeah. You mean like I just did to Tim?
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I think that's a lot of the fun of it.
My opinion could change on the fire crocodile if depending on what the evolutions look like, but
It's the only. It's got to have cool evolutions because it's a fire crocodile. It's gonna be
see,
like.
you say that, but the fire cat was retarded. Like it was a WWE wrestler at the end of the
See, I
day.
don't. I
How
haven't
are you
seen.
going to insult Incineroar like that? Oh my god.
I hate Incineroar. I hate
Incineroar is
I'm
that.
gonna.
amazing.
How do I
No,
spell Incineroar? I'm not familiar with this one.
it's phonetic basically. So
INC.
or roar.
Ah,
But nah, like literally, he evolves and at the end.
Cody just
He's
said
got
it's
the
phonetic
belt.
because he can't spell. Because that's not. Okay, it's fine.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know.
Listen, just one more thing on
Okay, wait. You're
Incineroar.
cool with Machamp, but Incineroar. I see you.
Machamp is nostalgia. I am gonna lie.
Incineroar is the only character in Super Smash Bros. That you can taunt with if you play online, because he has taunts built into his attacks.
Oh, does he? That's actually
Yes.
cool. I got
By the way,
cool.
Cody, you sound like me when I quit Pokemon. When I was like, when I was done with Pokemon the first time,
Yeah.
when it was like,
Ice cream.
I kind of was following it, and then I was talking to Sarah's
hold
roommate.
on.
It was around Pokemon Black, and he's like, oh yeah, there's these new ones where one of them's car keys, and then there's the lampshade, and there's ice cream, and I was like, I'm sorry. He's like, yeah. One of them's literally
No,
just a set of
no,
car
no,
keys.
no.
It's called Klefki. I
See,
was like, I'm done.
see, see,
Walking away now.
see. The difference is I played Sun and Moon. I had Rowlet, and Rowlet was cool as fuck. So he was like Robin Hood or whatever, and I was here for it.
Okay.
So
Rowlet,
he's a
nerd.
and he was also Grass Ghost, which is a awesome
The
fucking
typing
combo.
was cool, yeah. And of
Yeah,
course, it's firefighting.
yeah. Firefighting is garbage.
Logan
They've done it
saw
so many times.
a fire
Yeah.
insect in the anime today.
Mhm.
He was watching Pokemon. I think it's called Pokemon Go or Let's Go or whatever it's called. Like the
Yeah,
anime one though, like
yeah.
the show on Netflix. He was watching that, and there was a fire bug. And he goes, "A fire bug type? What?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
It is a
You should
very
have been
weird
like,
typing.
you should be like, hey bud, there's such things as fire ants, and just seeing his mind explode. I know it's not the same thing, but naming, naming.
We've played Fallout. He's seen fire ants that actually shoot fire. So
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
he's
Did
been
he see
there,
the ants in Elden Ring, bro? Like,
dude.
you should show him
No, he
those.
didn't see the acid spraying ants in Elden Ring that when I first found them, they one-shot me, and I told Cody about them, and he was like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what my reaction was.
Those things
But
were
yeah,
a terrible discovery.
yeah.
But they were amazing.
Well, here's my question. For 4-player co-op or whatever, there's only 3 starters. So like, let's say you wanted to play through an entire story like together with somebody or whatever. You're gonna have duplicate Pokemon for one of them? I
Is
just
this a
thought about that.
problem?
I think it is a little bit.
I mean, just because you have the same starter doesn't mean you have the same party.
Well, no, but if you're playing from
And like,
beginning to
not
end together,
not everyone uses their starter as their main Pokemon for the whole playthrough. Most people, do,
Well,
not
those
everyone.
people are wrong. All right, your
I
starter
doubt
is your friend.
I doubt that it will feature a multiplayer that lets you play it from beginning to end. I think it'll
You
be
think it'll be
more of
drop in,
like
drop out?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there because there's still like, I mean, this is the first time we've. Oh, you want to know what I just thought about? Probably gonna have the Nintendo Switch uh online service
Oh yeah,
before you can play co-op.
for sure.
Awful.
It's
Oh
not
yeah, of
awful.
course you're gonna have to have Nintendo Online.
No, it is
You
awful.
have to have
$10 a
Nintendo
year?
Online to play. Hold up, you have to have Nintendo Online to play anything online. Like any multiplayer game, you already have to have Nintendo Online. It's Xbox Live, but worse.
I don't. Well, that's kind of my point.
It's bad Xbox Live. You're just now realizing this?
Well, see, here's the thing.
We've been doing this podcast for 6 years, and you're like, oh yeah, Nintendo Online. You have to have that to play online? That's bad.
Well, right. Well,
Yeah, and you need the app, the phone app, in order to talk to people. Like,
Right.
I don't understand. We've talked about this.
That's what I'm talking about. It's like, oh, I'm finally interested in playing a single Switch game online with my friends. Oh no, I have to fucking buy Switch Online. Like that's my
You
realization.
have Switch Online.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I have
never-
had Nintendo Online. We got we've had it for a while because it was like I like to play the NES classics on there and like
Get on Tim's family plan.
You can, Tim. You can emulate them better on your fucking phone than you can on a Switch. Why the fuck?
I
would you
don't-
pay
I
$10
don't-
a month.
Hold up. I don't play them on the go on the Switch. I play them when I'm sitting at my TV. Although now that I have a couple of RetroPies, I don't need it for that
Well,
either.
Hold on. Oh, you
Have I
do-
told that story? That I just like
not on the
inherited them?
podcast? Not
Okay.
on the podcast.
So
no.
yeah, I was at work and some dude just walked into my store and was like, "Hey, do you guys like recycle electronics?" I was like, "I mean, I have a recycling bin." He goes, "Well, I just want to make sure that these like don't go to like the dump." So like, can I was like, "Okay," and then he just walked out. I was like, "Okay," and it was just like a bag of stuff. I didn't even know what it was, but it
Mhm.
was like kind of heavy, and I could tell there were like controllers in it. I was like, weird. So I opened it up, and it was just a couple of like little like Raspberry Pi computers
Yo.
with SD cards in them with operating systems and like 6 8-bit do controllers that are all in perfectly good shape. I was like,
What
he
the
said they
fuck?
were like, it was like defective, things weren't working. So I like, So I hooked one up to the TV that we use to test consoles. I was like, this is working fine. He just doesn't know how to use it. But he didn't leave me his contact information. He didn't leave me his phone number. He's not a regular, not somebody like I see ever. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna recycle them by taking them home because like they're fine.
That is so
Yeah.
weird.
I waited like a couple of days. I waited like 3 or 4 days to see if he'd come back for him. He hasn't. So I was just like, it's not stealing. He asked me to throw them away. So
Sick.
I was
Yeah.
gonna build one anyway, and now I don't have to. So all right.
Well, I guess my question is, why did you get over your whole house to be able to play Steam from anywhere, and you can't emulate it on through Steam?
I could, but then I'd have to like. Okay, so
Just
I
save
already
yourself
have.
$10 a month is more what I'm gonna get.
Oh,
$10 a
it's,
I don't know. I
You don't even know the
this is-
pricing, Cody.
I thought
It's-
you guys said $10 a month earlier.
I said $10
No.
a year if you split a
Oh.
family plan with somebody.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's like I play a couple of the games online sometimes. I don't mind doing it, especially for Logan.
yeah.
So it's fine.
Yeah, I play a lot of
Doesn't
the
bother me.
old like emulated like Super NES and NES games on there.
And Cody, like Nintendo and Super Nintendo, super easy to run. The Switch can handle them just fine. It's the N64 that it pooped its pants with. And I don't even want to think. Somebody was like, "Oh yeah, they should just run GameCube on it." I'm like, that thing can't handle GameCube.
No.
It can't handle GameCube. I don't know. It won't run Dolphin. Are you kidding me?
Oh man. Oh, you want to know what is not on here at all?
Hmm.
I thought about this. Oh wait, or did we talk about this on Friday? Sony's not great launch for their new Premium.
We talked
Is
about.
it launched yet?
It did in Asia, and it was not good.
Yeah, we did talk
Oh,
about
the
that.
price thing
The
where
pricing
they
kerfuffle.
charge. Yeah.
Not just the price thing, but their emulator is apparently garbage or
Oh,
whatever. Apparently, so I don't know if we talked about that. Digital Foundry did a dive, and basically, the emulator they're using it makes it not like really worse. Like it's worse, but not like horribly worse than the original game playing on the original system
is this
kind of thing.
the emulating of like the old games?
Yeah, yeah, other like PS1 games and stuff like that.
Oh no,
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah, not good.
siphon filter.
Yeah, yeah,
So they pulled a Nintendo.
yeah. Basically, to be fair to look, I'm gonna be fair to Sony here. Like they're having to catch up to Game Pass, which has a fucking 5-year head start on them. Really, you know what I mean? To like really deliver on everything. But I don't understand why these companies like can't emulate their own fucking games. Like I just like
Mind-boggling.
when the fucking technology is there. Like RetroArch just came out on Steam for like everybody out of I don't know if it was out early
RetroArch.
access,
No, it's
but
not early access. RetroArch existed forever. They just
right, but
put
it's
it on
just
Steam.
it's just like it's on Steam.
It's free and
But
open source. It's existed for
but
so
like
fucking long.
but like Dolphin and Citra, like all these things have been around forever. I know Citra specifically. I know that's been around for at least 4 years. So like
And like I'll put this out there too. Most of these that we're talking about, they're passion projects. People aren't getting paid off of this. Like they
right.
might have a website where you can go donate or like a Patreon or something. But do you think for a second that whoever made PCSX2, the PlayStation 2 emulator that I think it on at least one version of RetroArch it's baked in, but not the Android version. But like you think for a second that if Sony were to call that guy up and be like, "Hey, can we use your software and integrate it into the PS5 hardware?" He wouldn't be like, "Oh, fuck yeah, that's so cool."
Yeah, like that's what I don't understand. Like I don't get it. Especially when you got companies like Nintendo going around and like shutting people down and shit or whatever. Not even and just to throw this out there, the Pokemon shutting down everybody because they're like I've talked about this off stream with y'all or whatever, but they going around shutting down Pokemon D&D. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter what it is. If it's Pokemon and it becomes popular, it gets shut down. Like
Yep.
so I just don't understand how they couldn't just like Tim said, hey, can we just buy this from you for like 100 grand or something?
By the
Like not
way,
even
every
like
time for whatever reason, I don't know if it's your cadence, I don't know if what it is, but every time you said Pokemon tonight, my brain immediately goes Pokemon. I don't.
as it should,
I
as it
hate it.
should.
I hate it here.
Oh man. All right. So I didn't get to see this at all. We'll move on from Pokemon, and you guys can tell me about the Warhammer Skulls video game event. What made you excited? What was good videos? Like how was that?
So one thing to be excited about is that the Festival of Skulls is live on GOG, on Steam, on Xbox. You can just most Warhammer video games are on sale right now. So like good time to check them out. Warhammer Mechanicus is like 80% off. If
Oh,
you haven't played
wow.
Mechanicus, you should definitely play Mechanicus. Like 100, it's like $6. It is a fantastic turn-based tactics game. But yeah, so like that's cool. And then they talked about a ton of stuff. The thing that I was personally most excited about probably would have been Rogue Trader, which is like the first Warhammer like CRPG style game.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And then also probably I put it in the Discord. What was the other thing I said I was excited? Oh, Immortal Empires. So Total War Warhammer 3 is getting its Immortal Empires update. So you'll finally be able to play with all the DLC and all of the factions against each other from all 3 games. That's amazing. That's how DLC should work.
Beautiful.
That is amazing, actually. I don't know why. Like
That will make me, if it doesn't, because it won't work through I almost guarantee the Xbox version of the Game Pass version will not recognize all my DLC purchases from Steam.
Yeah.
So, because I don't sign into like a Total War account for that, so like that's not gonna be cross-platform. So that'll make me actually buy the Steam version finally.
Hell yeah.
What?
Looks good.
Yeah.
Do you see the Road Trader game is being made by the people who do those Pathfinder games that are really good?
Did.
That's beautiful.
That's gonna be really cool. The only thing that would have been cooler is if they would have somehow been able to get Obsidian to do it.
Yo.
But
yeah, imagine. Yeah, there were a couple other things I thought were cool. Bolt Gun. Did you see Bolt Gun, the boomer shooter?
Bolt Gun looks great.
That
I
looks
love
so
how
good.
I love how they made like a modern Doom style game with Necromunda, and people were like, it's okay. It's not bad. It's all right. It plays good. Like it's fun, but it's not great." And so they were like, how do we do this better? Oh, let's hit all the nostalgia. Let's make it Space Marines, but old Doom. Boom.
Yes,
Okay,
perfection.
yep, you got me. You win.
Yeah.
I will play the fuck out of
That is
that.
my aesthetic, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like so, and I know I'm a hater, but like, because like I'm not excited for Dark Tide like most people are,
Mhm.
but it does look like it's going to be a good time for Warhammer fans, Warhammer video games specifically, going forward.
You know you're gonna play Dark Tide because it's on Game Pass, right?
Oh yeah, I'll end up playing it with you guys probably, but
Yeah.
like to say I'm not excited for another fucking was it Left 4 Dead? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
like I understand the settings cooler and everything like that, but give
Yeah.
me another Mark of Chaos instead. You know what I mean? Been playing that a little bit. But yeah, it does look like Warhammer fans are going to be very well taken care of here for at least the next couple of years, I would assume, because I'm assuming most of it is coming out this year, next year, right?
I believe so.
I didn't get to watch any of it, so I'm not
So
sure.
as with Warhammer games historically, there have been some duds like over the last couple of years,
Dub?
but there have been some bangers, and like
Yeah,
these ones look like they're all going to be really good, and I'm really hoping that we're like getting into the golden age of Warhammer video games.
yeah,
I really hope so.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
such a good setting.
No, it is, especially when you have 40K and fantasy. So like,
Yeah.
you're not just pigeonholed right into like one setting or the other. You can make things for both. And
Yeah.
so it kind of keeps things fresh, right? If you're kind of flip flopping back and forth instead of, okay, I got another guy with a bolter. You know what I mean? Like, and they've tried a bunch of different things. So you got the orc fucking fighter, like airplane fighter
Oh
thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, that was bad.
they try a lot of different stuff with them. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah, they
good to
license
see.
basically like it is cool how it is simultaneously really cool and really shitty how willing Games Workshop is to just let people make games with their license, because
right.
like you get some really cool ideas like, okay, DACA Squadron, yeah, it's not a good game, but it's a cool concept and could have been really good. And like there are a lot of games like that where there's a lot of experimental Warhammer games that are good, and then there's just a lot of like games that are trying to emulate the tabletop that are okay, and then there are games that, Space Marine, like it's always, you never know what you're gonna get, but
Mhm.
it's it's a blessing and a curse, I feel like.
Yeah, it's kind of like the golden age of Star Wars video games under, LucasArts back then. They would just shoot out all kinds of games, and you'd get some shitty ones, and you get some really cool ones. It's very much in that
Yeah.
same vein.
You'd get Pod Racer, but you'd also get Outcast.
Yeah.
Don't you hate on Pod Racer like that? It was okay.
It was okay. It was weird.
It was weird, but I loved playing it on the Nintendo 64.
Dude.
By the way, there was one thing that I was kind of disappointed by during the Festival of Thrones or
Oh.
Festival of Skulls thing. So while I was watching it, when I saw the very beginning with the Fat Shark logo, and then they started to show what was Chaos Waste, the free expansion coming to Vermintide 2. I thought they were announcing Vermintide 3 for a split second
Oh, good.
because Vermintide 2 came out how long ago? But I was like, it can't. I was sitting there going like, this is Vermintide 3. I was like, it can't be Vermintide 3 because Darktide's not out yet, so they're not going to do Vermintide 3 over. They're not going to announce that yet. But I, for a split second, thought it was going to be. So I was a little disappointed that it was an expansion, but it's also a free expansion, so that's cool.
Yeah.
I did think it was interesting as well. Before almost every trailer, they showed the companies that were partnering with them at the bottom, and it showed Steam, it showed Xbox, it showed Microsoft, it showed Epic. I think there was another one as well. Not a single one of those trailers did you see a Sony logo. And it made me wonder how many of those games will come to PlayStation, because most Warhammer games come out on PC.
Yeah.
Some Warhammer games traditionally have come out on consoles. Like Mechanicus is probably the only one on the Switch until the Thief and Shooters
one.
Yeah, until that comes out this fall. That'll be the only one on Switch. And that one's also going to PlayStation. But like, Darktide's not on a PlayStation. That's Xbox exclusive. Was Vermintide on PlayStation?
I don't know.
Was that Xbox exclusive?
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was either, but I don't think I've ever seen it for PlayStation either. So like, I'm just like, is that just because Xbox is helping sponsor this event, or
platforms for Vermintide 2, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Series X?
Okay, so it did come out on PS4. Okay, so like, yeah,
I just,
but
think,
I was
I
very
don't
curious
think
on that.
PlayStation. It's kind of like when you think of FromSoft, you don't think of playing it on an Xbox.
Right.
You don't think of playing about Elden Ring on an Xbox. You think about playing it on a PlayStation. Same thing with Vermintide and kind of Warhammer in general. When you think about it, you think about playing it on a PC or an Xbox. You know what I mean?
I guess maybe it's because I don't have a PlayStation. I've always thought of playing Dark Souls and Elden Ring on PC.
Right.
Maybe,
but I don't.
Even
No,
Dark
well,
Souls disagreed with me when it came out because it had PlayStation button prompts when it first came out. So I'm 100% wrong, I guess. But like, I think of it because I played it on Xbox and PC.
Right, but like I think majority of folks would be like, I would not be surprised if there's a subset of people out there that just assume FromSoft is actually part of Sony, even though they're not. You know what I mean? So I just feel like it's the same thing with Vermintide, right? It was just kind of like, I see it as an Xbox game in general, right? So like, wouldn't be surprised if there's a subset of people that just like it's part of Microsoft games. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming out here. And then of course, I do think the Rogue Trader thing is going to be really cool, though. I'm actually.
That sounds really good, man. I am down for a 40K CRPG.
Fun fact: Rogue Trader is what birthed 40K. Rogue Trader was gonna be the game before, and it started as like a D&D setting type thing, and then it evolved into what Warhammer is now. But it started as Rogue Trader.
Yep.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So
the deep lore.
All right. Oh, Inquisitor's getting. We didn't talk about this at all, but Cody, I know you put a fair amount of hours into 40K Inquisitor. It's getting a next gen graphics bump.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It's getting a next gen remaster, and if you own it already, you'll just get upgraded.
Yeah, so in Inquisitor Martyr, I put in a lot of hours before it even hit 1.0. Well, I want to say a lot. I put in an okay amount of hours before it hit 1.0. And that was probably a mistake because I think 1.0 is like way better than whatever I really played. But
yeah, it's gone from mixed to mostly positive over the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's a decent game. Like if you're looking for Diablo-esque type combat, I mean, it's there. It's good. You know what I mean? If you're really looking for like just the setting, like yeah, that'll really like scratch the itch kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, I was a pretty big fan of that game for a little while. So
I totally forgot that the dude who played Rolo from Vikings is doing the voice for Titus in Space Marine 2 until I watched that video on there.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Clive Standen.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of voice actors, Will Arnett is going to be voicing Sweet Tooth in the live-action Twisted Metal series.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So
yeah,
I don't. How do you guys feel actually about? We don't have it on here, but like all the Sony TV shows and stuff that were announced the other day.
What
Did you
Sony
guys hear
TV
about that?
shows?
So they're making Horizon Zero Dawn TV show.
it's an
And
Amazon thing, I think.
yeah, and so they collaborated with a bunch of different people. Like one of them's on Netflix because they announced. I think it was like Horizon, God of War, Gran Turismo. Wow, Turismo. Anyways, I can't remember. Like movie is coming out. They announced like different movies and
Oh,
TV
wow.
shows coming out for a bunch of their like major IPs. I didn't realize how extensive it was until I watched Skillup's like weekly roundup video yesterday. Um, but yeah, man, like they basically for any major IP, they have a TV show and or movie coming out for it in the near future, like within the next 2 or 3 years. So
Well, I would definitely say fuck them for spreading it amongst all the services. That is so annoying. Oh my god.
that's true. That's probably, if I had to guess, it's just a way to share production costs, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you want to do it for all those things, and you're not going to be able to do all that stuff up front, kind of thing. So, but yeah, fuck them for that. I do agree with that. I didn't even think about it.
I
Yeah.
haven't looked at any of this stuff. I'm going to be big mad if Christopher Judge is not playing Kratos in the live action.
Who's that?
I don't know if they've
He's the voice
announced.
actor for
Hmm.
Kratos and has been since it came to PS4.
Hmm.
He wasn't the original voice actor, but he's been the
No.
voice actor for Kratos for like over a decade.
Nice.
Yeah. It's the dude who played Teal in Stargate.
Yeah.
Justin's like, I don't know. That was the look you just gave me. Like, who the fuck watches Stargate? Oh,
I've
No
watched
clue.
Stargate.
yeah, I watched Stargate a little bit too. But yeah, I know I find it interesting that Sony's finally leveraging all these properties, right? These video game properties, because people, I don't think people really think about it, but their video game arm is their most productive arm out of all of Sony pictures and stuff like that. So,
Hmm.
um, I think it's weird that it took them this long to like be like, hey, we should make a The Last of Us movie or TV show, whatever the fuck they're making.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
like
that's like
you think that
things
thought
people have
process would
talked
have happened a
about.
lot faster. Yeah,
People have talked about that for ages, like specifically like doing The Last of Us as a TV series or a movie or something.
yeah,
And they have so many of these IPs, and why not just turn them into movies and TV shows when you've got, your own like wing of your company that does that shit?
right. Like yeah, it just makes so much sense. Like Spider-Man is probably the Miles Morales DLC video game, whatever you want to call it. You know, it like that was like a prime example, right? Because
Hmm.
that movie came out and it's like that movie was a fucking banger for one. I love that movie, and then it's just like okay, now we're gonna do a video game on it, and it's like oh, that's a great idea. And
Right.
I was like, I still really want to play it, but I'm waiting for you to bundle it with the original. That's
Yeah,
really all I'm waiting on.
building on that hype that they have and bringing it
Right,
over to the other wing of their
right.
company there.
It just makes business sense, I feel like.
Hmm.
So, but anyways, yeah. So that's kind of some weird things. The fact they're making a Twisted Metal series in general,
So weird.
I don't what.
Yeah.
When was the last Twisted Metal game? Like,
I think they did a remake recently.
Not that recently. It's been a while.
I don't know. I think it's been within the last 4 years or so.
No. I'll be right back. It came out on PS4, but it was a PS3 game, I think. I'll be right back.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah, dude. Nobody likes those vehicle killing each other games anymore, man.
Yeah, Twisted Metal. Tim's right. The last one was 2012.
2012.
Yeah,
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I thought there was one that came out on the PS4, but
Wow.
there was apparently not. Just a quick Google search to
That's
show that.
wacky.
Anyways. Yeah, dude, that's fucking forever ago.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
Tim left it like the worst time because it's
He
time
did
to
because we're
do
wrapping up.
closing. Yeah, we're doing our closing thoughts.
Goodness.
Ay.
Well, my closing thought is I finally beat this boss I've been stuck on in Elden Ring forever. And I was really mad about it because I had to change my build. And that felt like shit. I wanted to beat it the way I beat everything else, but I couldn't. Fuck you, Elden Ring. I'll see you tomorrow.
Man. When Elden Ring breaks you, right?
Yeah, so I had to respect my character and then immediately just respect back after that boss fight.
Jesus. That is kind of awful. What were you doing your stamina build still?
Yeah. So my health was too small to survive because the enemy had an attack that I couldn't prevent it from dealing the damage to me unless I got good and learned how to roll better, which I was not gonna do. So yeah, I just like juiced my HP and went back in there and beat him on the second try.
Yeah,
but not the way I wanted
Elden
to.
Ring. Right. Well, you could have just beat your head against the wall for a while. That's what the games are known for, right? Could have kept doing that. So,
The old way.
my closing thought is going to be, I got a couple. First, play Sniper Elite 5. You're doing yourself a disservice if you're not play Sniper Elite 5 if you like Splinter Cell games. Okay, because it's gonna
Ooh.
scratch that itch for you.
And we're never getting another fucking Splinter Cell game.
Right. There's not. I don't feel like there's been a game that's really like allowed you to be like super stealthy and stuff like that. Since Splinter Cell, even Sniper Elite 4, I wasn't super into. Sniper Elite 5 does a very good job of enhancing what it does well, right? But then it also got better in that stealth aspect, in my opinion. That it makes it very rewarding when you like can figure it out, like how to get through the levels without anybody ever seeing you and stuff like that. So, it's a very good time. And then I had another thought, but I actually already forgot it. So that's fun.
Here's my final thought. I feel like you've been playing stealth games wrong, man.
Why?
There's a lot of those.
A lot of stealth
A
games?
lot of those.
Yeah.
A lot of AAA stealth games?
Yeah.
Like what?
Hang on.
He's gonna if you start talking
if
about
you say origami.
No, I launched something. I wasn't gonna say origami. But that's a good one.
No,
Dishonored,
I said Assassin's
Dishonored
Creed.
2, Metal Gear.
Dishonored 2
Metal Gear's
like
old, dude.
7 years old. Metal Gear
Dishonored
is like 7 years old.
Dishonored 2 is not.
Dishonored 2 was 2017?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Metal Gear came out in 2015, dude.
But like he's saying, you specifically said since Splinter Cell. The last Splinter Cell game was like 2010.
No.
No.
I think it was actually more recent than that. I think it was 2017, 2018. 2016? Something like that.
I can't remember the name of the most recent one.
I'm Googling.
Furiously
Blacklist was the last one.
Yeah, Blacklist was the last one.
When did Blacklist come out? It was an Xbox 360 PS3 game. You're wrong, so I'm just going to tell you 2013.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, I would
there
say
have been quite a Metal Gear Solid 5 came out after that.
I would say Dishonored is not the same as Metal Gear, Splinter Cell, or
You're right, because it's not a military stealth sim. It's a different.
You also can't fucking teleport in any of those other games. I just want to throw that out there.
I definitely put them in different categories.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
I respect Dishonored's stealth mechanics. Like I'm not taking that away, but I wouldn't compare them. I
was gonna say Sticks, but we're talking AAA, so
like, poor Sticks.
Count. Well, it's not a AAA game.
Yeah, it's just not.
Well, people.
It's a great game.
I would put that in the
Sticks.
same category though, like stealth action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of there's a lot of people who would say that Sniper Elite 5 isn't a AAA game. Having played it, most people would say it's a AA game, right?
Yeah,
Having
just looking
played
at
it,
it.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't even think of who the dev and publisher for the Sniper Elite series is, and I play those games.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know either, and I don't really care because they keep putting out bangers. Like every single one of them is good. It's Rebellion. That's what it is. I'm looking at it right
Oh,
now.
oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, like every single Sniper Elite game is good, and they all seem
I've
to
heard
like
5 is the best one so far, though.
for sure. Yeah, like they because they were able to they really introduced this. I feel like the stealth mechanics in 4, and it just feels like they kind of like polished them up and stuff in 5. Because in 4, like it didn't feel right doing the stealth or whatever. Like I felt like I got caught a lot for like no reason if I was trying to stealth
Mm.
around and shit like that or whatever. And 5, like everything makes sense. Everything seems to work the way it's supposed to. It's just very, it's just a good time or whatever. And the big ass open world maps, like I mean, it's not complete open world, but like the instances of the maps that you're in are very large, and you can when you're running around them and whatnot, you can find secondary objectives by collecting like intel and stuff like that that you can
Hmm.
do. So it just like it all feels very organic and natural as you're going around or whatever. And if you just take your time and you really explore stuff, you find a lot of really cool shit. Um, the voice acting and that kind of shit's bad, but I mean that's very few far in between. It's like at the beginning of every level and the end of every level, and you can spend 4 to 5 hours in each level if you really wanted to. So it's not like that.
You
That
said
big.
4 to 5, right?
Yeah,
Okay, I heard
not
45.
not
I was like,
45. Yeah,
please don't.
Wow.
yeah.
Whatever you do, please don't spend
Holy
No.
45 hours in each level. There's
No.
no reason to do that.
No, you couldn't spend that much time because something I do really like about this, enemies don't respawn as you're
That's
going
nice.
around, so you can legitimately clear an area kind of thing. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, it's just a good time. I can't believe Blacklist came out in 2013.
It
That was so
feels
long ago.
like such a
Was
more
a
recent
long
game.
time ago. Maybe
Yeah.
you played it recently, but it's an old game.
Did it re-release on PC?
Mm,
I don't know.
I
I don't
maybe
know. I don't know if it initially came out on PC because that's what I
I
played it on was PC. I don't think I
don't
played it on 360.
know.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe
you've been
that's
a
why.
PC gamer longer than me, as far as like true PC gamer, right? Like I stopped playing PC games when I turned 11 and didn't start again until I bought a gaming PC when I was like 19.
Yeah.
So,
This is an odd tangent to be on, but yeah,
nah, this is what we do.
it kind of is. It kind of is.
Oh,
That's
for
fair.
real.
So
This is 100%
Did you
what we
know
do.
the CEO of Rebellion has a YouTube channel called Modern History where he does all kinds of cool stuff like talk about the effectiveness of medieval armor and take his horse
That's
on
the CEO
walks.
of Rebellion?
Mm-hmm.
color me not surprised.
That's the same guy? I did not know that.
Yeah,
Are you
I
serious?
watched that series. I watched Modern History for a while before I realized that, like, because it just mentioned it in one of the videos, and I was like, what? Damn, dude, I wish
What
I was
a
the
life
CEO
that
of a
man
game company.
lives. Are you kidding me?
For real, yeah.
That
That's the dream.
What the fuck?
I love how they say it in passing in a video, and Justin's like, "Hold up, hold up. You can't just gloss over."
Yo.
Right. Like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm also the fucking CEO of a video game company.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's wild.
What?
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Wasn't maybe I'm way off on this, but wasn't at one point wasn't Modern History also like a series on History Channel?
I feel like it was.
Not sure. Maybe.
I feel like half the podcast these days is us asking each other questions and going on Google.
Yes.
Yeah. As one does.
I don't know the answer to that. Let's Google it real quick. Let's just figure it out. Let's find out.
We don't have a
What we did.
producer in the background to Google stuff for us. Like, how many times do they ask a question on a podcast and then somebody in the background Googles it real quick to tell the people?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. You know
It
what they
happens
do?
on Rogan all the fucking time.
Yeah, they do that a lot. Also,
We just don't pay somebody to do it for us.
No,
But if you would like to do it for us and not get paid, contact us.
if you'd like to join the team, just let us know.
Ourlifeinpixels.net.
Yeah.
/ contact us.
Do you see
I don't think
there's
we
a
have a
new
contact us page.
There's a new Amon Amarth single that
should
came
probably
out 22 minutes ago.
What?
No, I saw that there was one premiering today, but I haven't watched it yet.
No, I did
I
not
just
know
saw
that.
that.
Oh, speaking of random shadow drops of media, Bo Burnham, man, just dropped an hour-long thing
Oh shit.
like yesterday or the day before. That was
Hmm.
like outtakes and a
Oh,
bunch of others.
Burnham.
And you know who I thought of immediately? I thought of Tim
My
and
wife?
Sarah. Yeah. I thought
Yeah,
about you guys because you guys love Bo Burnham,
we went and saw him
specifically your
live.
wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, he's
we
funny.
saw him live in Minneapolis.
so
Yeah,
I'm sure she knows about it. I'm surprised she didn't tell you about it.
he's really fucking tall.
Hmm.
Is he?
Yeah,
No.
I was surprised at how tall this man was. But,
Is that okay? Is that your
It's beside
closing
the point.
thought? That Bo Burnham's really fucking tall?
Yep, it is now because we're like 20 minutes over. So yep.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. All right, we got to wrap it up because I have to go to bed because I have to work in the morning.
Yep,
I'm the only one who now has to work in the morning.
it's
Fuck
true.
you guys.
Yeah, I got tomorrow off. I got all my cleaning shit done today. So tomorrow is a video game day.
More
Mm.
adulting. So, anyways, it's been our Life in Pixels on a Wednesday. Got to be on Wednesdays going forward at 10
Yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah. Be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, be here to listen to us Google fucking everything we don't know.
Be here or get speared. I'll have Goldberg come to your house.
Oh my god, be like an old ESPN commercial.
Goodbye,
Anyways,
everybody.
yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye.